All right, we're live this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're live here this morning to talk about why GameStop had a 25% drop. Now, I'm just looking at this daily chart and from my green blocks around $10 all the way to my red blocks above $37, heading to over $60, GameStop went up over 500% earlier last year. Well, recently, their stock was doing good. They were recovering. They bounced off the dip at $21, came back up here, 37%. They had very positive earnings. But Ryan Cohen made the mistake of announcing that they were going to use their cash reserve to buy Bitcoin. And for those who don't know, from the technical levels, Bitcoin is near a top. So the potential for a downside could be sweeping into over 50%, which could cut their cash flow by 50%. Well, we don't want that, do we, as investors? So Wall Street started dumping GameStop quite hard. A lot of people that were for the short squeeze no longer see that short squeeze happening if they're going to buy an asset that could drop 50%. I don't think that buying the Bitcoin at the top will be there. So I'm going to go over some technicals. I have some very good knowledge when it comes to GameStop, when it comes to stocks, when it comes to crypto. I've been covering this for years. I was there for the first GameStop short squeeze. I was even live streaming during that time when some of your favorite YouTubers didn't even know what GameStop was. They only thought it was a brick and mortar store that was going bankrupt. So today is in the pre-market right now. I'm going to go over a few things with you guys. But this is my GameStop daily chart. The first thing I see on my daily chart, the RSI was overbought when they made that announcement. So we can just add some notes on the charts here, right? So when they announced the plans to buy Bitcoin, the market did not like that at all. We were above $29 per share, I believe. And by the time that news rolled out, people did not like that at all. So when that happened, we were overbought on the RSI. So we were overbought on the RSI. And then we were at the peak of the MACD as well. So now we started dropping fast. We started dropping hard. I'm no expert here. I do have a lot of knowledge. I'm no expert, but I would say announcing that you want to buy the Bitcoin top may not be the best thing for your shareholders. It may be the worst thing you can absolutely do for your shareholders. Wow. They will lose. The shareholders will lose. Ryan Cohen, he already made his money. He already has a significant percentage of the stock. So this is what we're seeing. The question is, should you buy the dip? That's a question that many of you are going to have. Should you buy the dip? Well, I say if you want to buy the dip, we can look at some of the technicals on the daily, the weekly. The daily is not there yet if you're looking to buy the dip. And usually people like Ryan Cohen, they double down. They double down. They don't retrace. The only time they retrace is when they can't convince people. But this was his decision. He has the authority here. So I'm looking at the chart here. Give a few more people some time to come in, but I'm gonna go straight in. This video is mostly for my records and my documentation, as the earlier streams were. Looking over here, the RSI is not completely oversold, but we did have a very sharp dip. We had more than a double bottom. We made a lower low. If I change my chart here to the 5 minutes, look at that. We're already at $21. So that's the when they announced that they want to buy the Bitcoin. It was in that same daily candle, but we're down significantly from there. Is it a decent scalping point? Well, on the short time frame, technically this is a higher low. It is a higher low, but I know that this was in the aftermarket, slow volume. So we're gonna watch today to see what the markets will bring. Actually let me maybe I want to take a screenshot. I think I took a screenshot, yeah. I already took a screenshot. I'll put that in Charts channel. So let's go back over here and let's grab this picture as well. Image is way too large. All right, so I have to. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Well, markets are about to open. You guys are going to get to see what happens with GameStop. I'll give you guys my opinions as well. Read some of these technicals. We need one major indicator here for this one. Volume. So look, this is aftermarket. This isn't really a lot of volume. There's no way they can buy Bitcoin above 80K and the stock not suffer. It will completely kill the short squeeze. Markets are going to open today. I got some crypto charts as well. I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick. Look at my Bitcoin chart. I had a little bit of criticism, just a slight bit of criticism on some of my last red blocks. We hit the line. We hit the 1975. Hit the 1975 perfectly, formed the head and shoulders for Doge, and then it came down. Doge is in the right shoulder right now. It could come down much lower. From my last red block, we did go up to that 1975, 2%. Now we're down about 5%. So the drawdown was higher than the up. The ETH red block over here, we're down over 10%. Unicorn fart dust from the long, it went up. Now it's about break even. So that's what we're looking at over here. Bitcoin's teetering above 85K, could be a day of liquidations. So I'm going to measure from the red block, yeah? Doge is down about 5.2%. ETH is down about 10%. UFD is about break even, 344. It's down a little bit over here. And then Bitcoin down as well. So this is the performance from red blocks. All you gotta do is do one simple trade. One simple trade. So performance from red blocks, and we had that green block for UFD. I think UFD is in a solid spot to actually start pumping again. Let's change it up. Let's put everything back on the 5 minutes over here before the market's open. It's not the best area, especially with the downtrend that we had. It's not the best, but this is a decent green block scalping range for the crypto. And as we get closer to that 930, we're going to roll back over into the Gamestop charts and watch Gamestop a little bit better. I think we might be bouncing out of this dip here for Unicorn Fart Dust early this morning. Let me see over here. So I am streaming in the Discord as well. Let's do the BNB chart over here. And if you guys are in the Discord, you can see that BNB chart. Let me see over here. If this is a bounce, if Bitcoin does bounce today, it would be good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin buys down here, 85K. If you're a company looking to put billions into Bitcoin, you can probably get Bitcoin cheaper, or your money would be better for share buybacks. My opinion. My opinion. So, what caused the drop? Well, they announced that they wanted to buy Bitcoin near the top, which was bad. Hello. All right. I'm in the spaces right now too. I do have a Twitter spaces for people who want to join and have this discussion about GameStop. What we're going to do over here. Let me double check the space settings. Well, they sure do make it a little bit hard to share the spaces. So we're going to be looking at over here. We do have green blocks command for some of these cryptos. I'm gonna get the spaces real quick too. So I have the spaces up. Let me double check the talk real quick as well. So we do have some green blocks rolling in for Bitcoin, Doge, UFD. So I do have the green block set will probably roll in for BNB, Cardano. So if crypto goes up this morning before the stock market opens, then it's good for GameStop. We're seeing crypto going up in the pre-market, which is good for GameStop. Now, let me save this chart, post it in Discord real quick as well. Cool thing about Discord, got all these charts that you can post quite easily. So with this understanding that the crypto market's going up from the green blocks, GameStop should theoretically get some buy pressure when the market opens. So we're going to do a green block over here for GameStop, 21.43, and this is technically a higher low. And it's a good buy, decent buy, 21.43. So GameStop is a decent buy, 21.43 over here, which is good news. So we do have a good buy signal for GameStop over here that we're seeing now. So we have a green block for GameStop over here as well. All right. So when the markets open, and remember why we have the green block. Well, I'll add right here, crypto crypto recovering in pre-market. So if crypto recovers in the pre-market, this should theoretically add a little bit of encouragement for the GameStop side. Just what I'm seeing over here on the charts, I think this could be a very good buy area. I'm just looking over everything. This could be a very good buy area for GameStop if this happens. Now, 21.43. If you missed the $18 dip, this is way better. Why did we drop from that announcement? Because they're going to dilute the stock probably. Eventually, if they copy what Saylor's done, and then it's the shareholders that take on that burden for quite a period of time. And also, it means that they are not doing a share buyback, right? People wanted a share buyback to short squeeze. So since they didn't do a share buyback to squeeze the shorts, the announcement of buying Bitcoin means that their cash is going to Bitcoin, which means short squeeze delayed for sure. And with the momentum of Trump being in office and being able to investigate the naked short sellers and everything. Unfortunately, this gives the shorts another opportunity to short GameStop and actually cover their shorts from last year. On the short time frame, today bullish. Short time frame bullish. My indicators, if you're looking over here, my indicators for Unicorn Fart Dust, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, green blocks. BNB, Cardano, SRP, Litecoin, green blocks, we're reversing. If you look at some of these indicators like this curve on Bitcoin, if we just recover to that 200 moving average, that's 91%. Sorry, that's 0.91% move for Bitcoin. We go up through the top of these liquidations that are super compact for Doge. That's over 9% move that we could be clearing on that upside. Having Ethereum over here. Ethereum liquidations are not compact. If you look at this, obviously Dogecoin has the most compact liquidations on the charts right now. But it also takes the least amount of money to liquidate people shorting GameStop and Dogecoin than it does for Bitcoin. It takes an astronomically low amount of money to liquidate shorts on Doge. So if you look over here in the American pre-market, well, look, oversold. Oversold, and MACD is losing bearish momentum. What's up, everybody? Anybody in here in voice chat today holding any GameStop? What's up, Smoke? The green block just an area to look at your charts to see if your other indicators line up to a reversal. When I draw the green blocks, I think that there's going to be a reversal. I think that we're going to go up from the dip. And when I do red blocks, I think we're going to go down from the dips. So I go through and then I check all my other indicators to see if everything's working out. And they're all working out, then you can make a trade. Generally, for the most part. No. Yes, you're welcome. Make sure you guys have the push to talk on if you're going to join the conversation with your microphones. If you are interested, I do have the Twitter Spaces as well. But just looking at these charts here, GameStop looks like it could recover. Maybe even 5 to 10% of the dip that we've had, we could recover. Which is big. Which is big. If we recover 5 to 10% of the dip from yesterday, oh man, it'd be a good day. Now, I know there are people out there, the moment they see a stock drop 25%, they are the first ones to sell. Those are the same people that when they see a stock pump 25%, they are the first ones to buy. I hope that you're not the first one to sell when you see this stock drop 25%, especially if you understand that in a macro perspective, there are still a lot of naked shorts on GameStop that eventually will have to cover, and there is going to be a squeeze. This Bitcoin fiasco has only created a delay to that squeeze, and I think it's still fixable. I think that we can still get a very good squeeze. Hopefully, they start buying Bitcoin on the big dips rather than the rips. Ryan Cohen is a trader. Ryan Cohen could do MicroStrategy better than MicroStrategy. Ryan Cohen is A phenomenal trader. So he could outperform MicroStrategy. So Ryan Cohen could win. Ryan Cohen wins. He'll set up some really good trades probably. Ryan Cohen will probably be able to buy the dips rather than buying the tops on Bitcoin because he has the cash flow, right? He doesn't have to borrow as much money as Saylor had to borrow. And that's the beauty of it. I think if they can pour billions into Bitcoin, if they can pour billions into Bitcoin on the dips, GameStop will squeeze even harder when it does squeeze. And that would be worth waiting for. I would love to see that. It gives people like you that haven't been able to accumulate even one share of GameStop over the past 4 to 5 years, maybe a little bit more opportunity. If you haven't traded GameStop at all in the last 4 to 5 years, maybe you're looking at it. Maybe you're going to be watching GameStop. We have a history here on the channel of actually trading GameStop, trading Doge, trading Bitcoin, trading Ethereum. This isn't just following the hype. We actually traded GameStop a lot before. You guys don't remember, but the GameStop is why Dogecoin pumped, right? GameStop is why Doge could get where it's at. So you're going to get to see some history today as well. You get to see some nice stuff from GameStop. I think that today what we're going to see is a big recovery on GameStop. There we go. Look at this big green candle right here. We're getting some green candles today. Yes, sir. If you guys want to jump on the spaces as well, if you have a Twitter account, want to jump in this conversation, feel free. But so far, what it looks like, ooh, looks good so far. Looks like we are recovering so far. The people in California that trade, I don't know if they want to be up this early, but we're doing very well. Let me double check real quick. Yes, sir. We are up here. We're bouncing from the dip. We're bouncing from the dip. Yeah, Ryan Cohen will probably win this war. We're already at 2173. We had the decent buy entry over here at 2143. Obviously, anything you see on this channel is not financial advice. Cool thing about stocks, when it comes to stocks, you can speak to a financial advisor out there in your city. So just by following Ryan Cohen for years and seeing how he lost and won, I know that he will probably be a trader. He will be a trader, and he will probably get the dips. And if he gets the dips, great. I don't think he has to buy the tops. Anybody out there disagree? I don't think he has to buy the tops. I think he'll be in a good spot. What do you guys think? These green candles, we're already recovering. We're doing very well. Wow, we are. Whew. Oh man. Looking over here at the charts, the green candle. I think we're in a very healthy spot over here. We are in a very healthy spot when it comes to GameStop. 25% dip. How many people are going to rush to get that dip? Is this the type of dip that will bring Roaring Kitty back to making Twitter posts? Maybe even a YouTube live stream from Roaring Kitty would make a big pump today as well. Yeah, you never have to buy the tops. This is a lesson. You don't have to buy the tops. You never have to buy the tops. Everybody understands that you don't have to buy the tops, but with human greed, people buy the tops, unfortunately. And it's a sad thing that they buy the tops. And let me show you a little bit about this crypto. I think that crypto is reversing on the short time frame, which is why I did these green blocks earlier. And look at this. We are up trending. We're uptrending. This is looking pretty well. Pretty well for the uptrend so far. I go right here, boom, 0.4%. Right here, boom, 0.5%. We're definitely room to uptrend. Yeah. So what I notice here, if Bitcoin, if crypto, Dogecoin, UFD, if they start uptrending, if XRP, BNB, Cardano, Litecoin, they start uptrending, we start those liquidations at the same time that GameStop starts running, then GameStop will pump even harder today. We're already at 21.94. If you got the decent entry at 21.43, congratulations. By the way, this stream will be saved. I'm not going to do the stream all day long. We're going to cut it out probably in a few hours so that we can actually save it. But yeah, GameStop is doing really well, in my opinion. We looked at some of the technical levels over here for GameStop, and now we're getting the green volume in the so I guess I'll draw that right here, closer to market open green volume. So closer to market open, we're getting that green volume for GameStop over here, which is another good thing. So we're losing that momentum there. MACD was losing the bearish momentum. We were oversold. We're not oversold anymore, but we were oversold when I did that green block and mentioned that 21.43 was technically a higher low and you could buy it there. Look, I didn't tell you guys buy at 23 or 22. I waited until the last dip down to 21.43. 21.43, the last dip down to 21.43, and then boom. I waited until that last dip, which technically gave us a higher low. Because I'm talented. That's what we do. You don't have to buy high. You never have to buy high.
Hey, Tame.
Hello.
Welcome to X Spaces. I'm so glad you finally set this up.
Thank you.
But so we're thinking GameStop's going to go crazy today. I see there's a lot of excitement in your voice here.
Oh, GameStop's going to recover today. This is going to bring out the heroes. The heroes that you haven't seen in ages are going to come out today because options expire today.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll be watching here. Yeah, more people should join the X Spaces, especially if you want to speak.
Yes, sir. If people join the spaces, that would be very wise. I think when we get market open, they start seeing some green candles, we'll get more people in the spaces, giving their opinion, giving their feedback. Anybody
Oh,
on
yeah.
here could be a speaker and get to know us a little bit better as well on the spaces. So that's what we're looking at over here. So I think the people like Roaring Kitty, you guys don't know who he is. He may come in and push up some GameStop content. He may join today on his YouTube and just do one post. All he has to do is post one thing on Twitter and people go crazy. Is there anybody here that actually has some GameStop and happy that it went under the dip?
I don't.
Oh man,
Yeah,
GameStop is going to be fun today.
yeah. I'm watching. I'm going to be watching, and I'm thinking about buying right now. To be honest, I don't know. I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any
You-
GameStop? Yeah, so this was probably so if you missed the $18 buys, this is the best time to buy. This is literally the best time to buy more GameStop.
Can't believe I don't have any. I just totally forgot. I've been so stuck on Doge mostly that I haven't been thinking about. I
Oh
mean,
no, it's
yeah, I've been,
really good to get follow the stocks.
yeah. I mean, I do have some. Like Tesla, Corsair. What do you think about Snapchat?
Nah,
Just no,
nah.
no good, no good. Yeah. Someone recently told me about that.
Mhm. So the whole premise of GameStop, the number one reason why you should like GameStop is eventually when their assets are worth more than their market cap, it's easy to squeeze. It's very easy to squeeze. And I'm just looking at the charts here. We're already recovered over $1 per share almost from that post this morning. We're going hard this morning on GameStop. The market makers like GameStop this morning. We're in Kitty probably likes this GameStop dip. I like this GameStop dip. Jim Cramer probably going to come out today and say, "Don't buy GameStop." Everything's going to be aligned. Maybe Sailor comes in and buys some GameStop shares. Maybe Elon does a tweet as well. Maybe Elon remembers GameStop and comes in and does a tweet as well.
What exactly is it today that's going to make all this go? Because of the expiration of the
Um,
every.
yeah, the expiration of the options, and we had a 25% dip yesterday. So this is a 5-minute chart, but look at the hourly chart. Yesterday we had a big drip when they announced that they were going to use their money to buy Bitcoin. So investors did not like that at all. It went up down. It's down like over 28%. So you're buying a 28% discount in my eyes. Or the way I really look at it, you're buying a 9% discount from the sideways action, which is eventually we'll recover that 9%. I'll draw that line. Easy recover the 9% as well, which is why I did a green block down there as well. We were oversold on the RSI. We were starting to lose that bearish momentum on the MACD, starting curving back up over here. So GameStop on all could be a good dip today. And options expire. So a lot of people degenning on the options. So just looking at the charts over here, we're already recovered back above $22, which is brilliant. We already recover back above 22. Oh, there you go. Market open candle right here. Look at this. Big volume. Big volume. We're getting this upside already. Now we're turning bullish. Congratulations to everybody that was brave enough to buy the 28% dip. You deserve it. You deserve it. If you were brave enough to buy a 28% dip, you deserve these rewards right now. I'm happy for everybody that was able to actually come in and get some GameStop on a discount that was watching this stock. What a move. Back above 2240. Volume open green as well. Wow. My friends that wanted to buy GameStop, some of them were afraid to buy GameStop, but so remember I told you that 9% that I was talking about, that it will be able to recover from the green block easily, like 9 to 10%. This 9 to 10% play, a lot of people have taken that play. I'm already seeing it on the charts. So I'm not getting lucky on days like this. Days like this took years of training, years of watching in charts. Years of watching in charts, you're rewarded on days like this. When you see a stock that you like GameStop, do a big drop, when the markets overreact on some news, and then you're brave enough to come in and buy that stock, as long as it's the market's overreacting and not something like really bad news, then it will recover 9 times out of 10. So at this point, you're just trading probabilities. you can watch the charts and get some good trades. I remember a similar situation before, and then Elon did a post about power to the players, and we pumped. But even naturally, like this could recover naturally. We don't need some major catalyst. We don't need a major catalyst to recover from here. $22.52. We're up well over $1 per share since the green block this morning. We're getting some green volume. We know this crypto was recovering earlier too. I do have on the Discord, if you guys are interested, the charts for BNB, Cardano, SRP, Litecoin. Or maybe you guys on Discord want to watch the Bitcoin and stuff. I'll throw that one over for a bit for you guys. You guys can watch the Bitcoin and Dogecoin and stuff while I while we watch the I'll get that loaded for you guys. Bitcoin, UFD, Ethereum, Doge. Yeah, Discord, you can watch that one as well up there while we're watching this GameStop on the YouTube. But we're getting the green candles. We are getting that uptrend already. And I think that this is easy 2364 easy recovery target. So we had the crypto going up this morning in the pre-market, and I think this 2364 is an easy recovery zone. It doesn't take as much money after a big drop because of how liquidity moves. I'm just looking at the charts here. 2273. Wow, we are pushing. And good job, Allison Walker, getting the GameStop at the risk level. Happy to hear that you were able to buy it at an area you were comfortable buying it at. Yeah, definitely look at your indicators today. This may be a good spot to start looking at your GameStop charts. So I think Ryan Cohen is a great trader. I'll say this again in case you guys missed it. Ryan Cohen doesn't have to come in and buy the absolute top like Saylor does. GameStop has so much cash on hand that they can get better loans. He can have more time for buying the dips. He doesn't have to buy the absolute tops. They don't have to rush it. I mean, this is probably the cost of forming some relationships as well. Remember, the big Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas will have people like Michael Saylor speaking, and maybe Ryan Cohen will become a guest there and mingle with the crowd. We've seen his play when he bought the GameStop, 9% of GameStop. We saw him buy Bed Bath and Beyond. He didn't lose money, but he failed to convince the CEO of Bed Bath and Beyond of turning the company around, which is hard. You can be a very good trader. You can buy into some projects, but you cannot convince the teams to turn everything around sometimes. But I do trust him on his technical levels. No, I'll generally stream the charts on YouTube. May start transitioning everything over to Twitter as well, but the YouTube still works. Hedge funds are probably buying more GameStop at these levels too. The hedge funds that like Bitcoin, obviously, because uh, for the longest part, I like Bitcoin, but I don't like Michael Saylor's strategy of his buys. Most retail traders out there have a lower dollar cost average. And the whole point of buying a company's stock that buys Bitcoin is that it's not innovative. I don't need it. It's not a product that I need. It's not a product that you guys need either. Anybody out there can buy their own Bitcoin and manage it in their own wallets. It's not difficult. So when I typically buy stocks, I buy stocks and stuff that I cannot do. I buy stocks in companies like Nvidia. They produce graphic cards, something that I cannot do if I spent my entire lifetime doing it. I cannot build better graphic cards than what they're doing. Tesla. I can't even manage to get down the electricity of an electric vehicle, let alone build a motor. So yes, I'm happy throwing money into stocks like Tesla. But when it comes to companies like MicroStrategy, I'm not happy throwing money into MicroStrategy because their strategy is just borrowing money to buy Bitcoin. I can do that. I can borrow money to buy Bitcoin. I can trade Bitcoin futures. So, GameStop just a little bit different. They do have more products, more services, and they have Ryan Cohen, who actually is a very good trader. Now, what they may be able to do that I can't do, get better loans. Maybe Ryan Cohen even gets like an interest-free loan from somebody. That would be big. I think Ryan Cohen can do more for Bitcoin than Michael Saylor has. And realizing that early on the very first dip of GameStop, could be a very powerful trade. Could be a very powerful trade. I'm looking at the charts here. This is TradingView, the application. I have 12 indicators here for GameStop. If we go over here, if you look at my GameStop chart, let me just look at GameStop on the weekly chart as well. So this is our weekly chart. Remember the big squeeze that we had back in May of 2024? Well, people lost a little bit of faith. They sold it down at the bottom, and then after they sold it down at the bottom, we had a godly 492% candle on GameStop. So my green blocks on the weekly have been triggered. Like, you are still late. If you didn't buy my green blocks and you got this dip here, the 25% dip and the dip 31% discount from here, you're okay. But for my red blocks and my green blocks, like, you're late. And then my green blocks back here before in 2020, you guys remember when we first started streaming about GameStop, the stock price was very cheap. Now, they've done a 4-to-1 split already before. So the stock was $4 before, but it's like $1 now because they 4 times the stock. But just from those early green blocks to red blocks technical levels, like, we saw the stock, even some areas, go up 5,000%. It was madness seeing a stock go up 5,000%. And I think we're still in areas right now where we go up at like 1,000%. So right here, this is when Wall Street really started heavily shorting GameStop in 2013. And it came down for years. Look how many years they were able to short GameStop down before the squeeze happened. 2,478 days. They shorted the price down 91%. Retail got tired. Retail got sick. Retail went long and started liquidating shorts. And we had godly green candles. We broke the big downtrend. But guys, this was 7 years. 7 years. Shit, it's a long time. I have 7 years. I have 7 years to help squeeze GameStop again. Right now, we've been over here for 1,600 days. From the last GameStop squeeze top till now, we're only down to 1,540 days. So maybe 1,000 more days. That's like a little bit more than 2 years and almost 3, maybe 3 years. We'll get there. Maybe within 3 years we'll be above this candle and have another major squeeze. We might be in this range. We might get up this $60, $70 again a few times. But I think within at least 2 to 3 years, GameStop will probably squeeze quite hard. Now, this is my daily chart for GameStop over here. My daily green blocks were back in April 2024. And I did have these on the Discord as well. These entries that you guys could have got your GameStop if you like GameStop around $10 to $11. And then after that, we spiked up to $64 within a very short period of time. Took less than 25 days to actually get that as big uptrend. And then we had the red blocks roll in there. So red block, red block, red block. So if you sold any GameStop above $50, say 46, 48, and you're buying back now today, the price is down 53%. So you're looking at a very good potential upside if you are getting GameStop on a dip that you took profits from before. Switching my charts back over to 5 minutes, Trading view up here at the top, you can change your time frames. I have some indicators on my chart here as well. Let me turn drawings back on. Some of my indicators that I like to use, MACD, RSI, and just looking over here, I think that getting that recovery of the 2364, that would bring back in a lot of bullish momentum. Volume is not really too high right now. I think this stock possibly could even get halted today as well. The thing about stocks, they can get halted. Crypto, we don't really get crypto halted in the traditional sense. But if we hit this recovery zone, probably if we get too much volume and too much momentum, they could halt the stock on the upside, which would suck.
Why would they do that?
Uh, it's just the breakers. It gives people time to cover their shorts. Gives people times to look at the trades if they want to enter a trade. Some of it's automatic. Like if there's like major news that comes out, they can also halt a stock as well. If there's like order book imbalance, any like sudden volatility, like major move, like 10% in a direction like 5 minutes, sometimes they'll halt a stock as well. And from the green block this morning at 2143, like we got near the absolute bottom. Not the absolute because it went to 2135, but it was very close. We're already up 4%. At one point, it's up 6%, but when we hit this line, we'll be up over 10%. If it did that in 5 minutes or less, we would probably been halted. But it's like a nice, slow, gradual uptrend from the dip this morning.
Yeah. The last time I seen something halted, I think was the Trump, one of the Trump ones was halted, the original one, but it was going way more than this. It was jumping up, $10 every like minute.
Yeah. So quite a few stocks have already been halted this morning. I have the halt list watching the NASDAQ trader. And I think that if Bitcoin really starts recovering from the dip today, like over here, if it's already up a little bit from the green blocks, it already went up over 0.5%. It does take a little bit more money to move this Bitcoin than it does to move GameStop. If that happens, then boom. Oh, my microphone's acting up again. What did I do? All right. I don't know. My microphone is gating. Some audio is gating it up here. That's weird. How do I sound on the spaces? And how do I sound on the YouTube? Let me see. On the YouTube. Let me oh, this is pretty fair audio levels. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet. But I do see something happened over here. $22.45. That's not bad. I'm expecting this recovery to happen today. We do have a lot of options that expire today. It's just too much money being left on the table if we don't get back to that area. So all it takes is getting back to that area, and then we're good, in my opinion.
The Spaces actually sounds really good. What I'm watching is I'm watching the YouTube muted with the Spaces on,
Okay.
so it sounds better. I hope I didn't make it gate because I shut my mic off.
No, it's my streaming software is it's not going past the yellow line that I want it to go past. So I don't know. I'll work on that in a little bit, but it's not too quiet. The volume's okay though. I'll take it. I want to see the recovery today though. This will be a very good one. We were overbought on the 5-minute RSI at 22.76 over here, but I think because it dropped over 20%, you want to go over to the 4-hour RSI. And the 4-hour RSI looks like this. 4-hour RSI for GameStop is oversold. So, a lot more room for that recovery, in my opinion, on that 4-hour RSI. And seeing that big drop down, that could also have been people taking profits a little bit too heavy. But I see us going up. I see us actually pushing into the recovery areas. Most people, when they actually look into Cohen and his trading strategies before, when more people realize that he doesn't have to buy the Bitcoin tops like Saylor does for servicing the loans, for actually securing the loans, then markets are going to react a little bit better. I'd say this was an overreaction because they still have the cash. GameStop, I think they have over $4 billion of cash, which is wild. We're going to have some very mixed feelings about the options today, though. Okay, not bad. Do I think load is a buy at these levels? No. So in their Telegram group and stuff, it's not a good buy. No. Yeah, the loads Telegram group is very chaotic. They were accusing each other of bad things. If you, it's in a public Telegram. I would not buy any load at these levels. You better be careful about it. Like, read the Telegram first. Always check fundamentals. Well, one thing in that Telegram group that you might want to be interested in is that they are accusing each other of not having an audited vault report, which would bring in skepticism about them actually having the gold. So that's the tough part. And here's the cool thing about gold: you can buy your own gold as well. You don't have to give a company money to buy gold. So these strategies, when it comes to like Bitcoin, when it comes to GameStop, MicroStrategy, if you are putting your eggs in a basket of letting those companies buy the assets for you, just know that you could always buy them yourself too. Yeah, we're getting some more green. We have a golden cross over here. Golden cross is typically a bullish indicator. Let me highlight that for you guys who don't understand this. And if you don't know what a golden cross is, I implore you, research it. But basically, a golden cross is just bullish. And this could be when the 50-day moving average is crossing above the 200-day, but on my chart right here, the actual indicator that I use for golden cross is going to be the fast period's 13, slow period 49. So, some of the macro traders, when they start getting indicators like this, the bullish momentum on the golden crosses, that's when they start buying in. They wait for that confirmation. How much did this confirmation cost them from the green block? 5%. 5%. I mean, it's not horrible. Waiting 5% for that confirmation, I mean, it could be a lot cheaper than buying an insurance policy, right? It'd be a lot cheaper than buying in and hedging. Exactly. Like, you would not want to leave all your Bitcoin on Coinbase or Robinhood. I think even those exchanges tell you that. Like, the Bitcoin you hold, you want to hold it in your own personal wallets, right? You want to hold it in your own personal wallets. I think the last chart that we see on GameStop a while back, we were still in like these levels, right? Still similar price levels, but we get those spikes up. 22.60. This is pretty good. Pretty good uptrend so far. Wow. I like where this is going so far. I definitely like where this is going, what this I see. I think we're in a good spot though.
Yo,
Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up?
what up, dog? It's me, AJ. My shit smirky. That's what it said.
What are you doing?
Shit, just waking up. I just bought 3 more contracts. So I'm fucking doing some little quick ass fucking lottos with the $23 call. See how that goes.
Okay.
I just woke up, so I got it a little less than half the price. I ain't even tripping, bro. Let's see what happens.
A little bit less than half, right? Nice.
Yeah,
That's what I told you
yeah,
yesterday on the phone call.
yeah, yeah. I waited till that shit went to like $30, and I bought like 3 more.
Perfect. That's a good DCA.
Yeah, so I'm right there.
How mad would you be if they waited until after market to pump this thing? Imagine this thing goes to $60 after market. Man, I hope Roaring Kitty comes out today and does a post. I'll be so happy. Keith Gill needs to come out today and do a post. Man, the emails, the data gotten a little bit. AJ, you got your contracts. You excited about getting a good opportunity to dip for GameStop instead of buying the top? I know quite a few people buy the top of GameStop yesterday. Yeah, today's Friday. Options expire today. You guys want to see some options? We can pull up some options for you guys. I mean, let me get the best layout for us real quick. Shit. Some of these options are so hard to read. I think I can use Yahoo Finance. I think I can make that readable. Yahoo Finance right here. So the ones that expire today, March 28th. I'm just curious in the call options. So, and then let's say the price at $23. That's the ones I'm interested in. 47 cents for the option expiration date today. That's not bad. That's like 47 cents times 100. $47 for a contract. And if we do have the implied volatility 160%, but if GameStop recovers to that $23 and actually has a buy volume going higher, then this contract price will go up higher. Because if you can buy 100 shares, if you can buy the right to buy 100 shares at $23, then you're only paying $47 for that right, which isn't a lot of money. So 100 times 23, we go to 24. Anytime the stock price is like 47 cents or higher from $23, when you have that option, you're in the profits. So as long as we're 47 cents higher, per share, you're in the profits. And I think if GameStop recovers, that line that I have for the recovery is a little bit more than 23, right? It's 23.64. So at 23.64, you would technically be in the profits on that call. But obviously, if you got the call at 21.43, you're in bigger money right now. So the 21.43, if you got the dip where I had it earlier, or let's go to 21. This call's up drastically now. 32%. You're in big money today already. You have the right. These are $1.85 now. And the ones that expire today. The ones that expire a little bit later, in April 4th, they're $2.33 already. So if you bought the GameStop call yesterday on the big dip for $21, you're up 32% today. You're already more than recovered from the dip of yesterday, that 32%. So that's the way I'm looking at it. But it is risky buying the option expiration the same day or the next day. That's what we're seeing over here. It is going to be risky. And if you guys want to join the spaces, I put it here. I don't have a Telegram. I don't have a public Telegram channel because there's so many scammers in Telegram. I cannot have a public Telegram channel when it comes to crypto. I know that slows people down, but can't do it. Blame all the scammers. Even my Discord has to be airtight. Have to verify the people when they join. Have to charge them a little bit so that there's no bots, no spammers, no scammers. And when you have the scammers, you have to kick them. No. I don't tell people when to buy and sell. I can't do that, but I do in my Discord. If you are in my Discord, what you can do sometimes, you may get lucky. You may see me share entry of a trade. You may see me when I show profits of the trade. There are quite a few trades where I share the entries and then I go through and show off the profits. Like this was a quick Bitcoin short the other day. The reason I closed the Bitcoin short the other day because I thought the price would come back above my entry, and it did. You might see me enter trades, close them. I put the entry, I put the exit. Currently, right now, I was in a losing trade. I'm actually losing unicorn fart thus long. My average price is 3.7 cents. I was down like 333%. I'm still in that trade, but when I close it, I will post that for the Discord community to see. I am losing unicorn fart dust by quite a bit, but I think it's a trade that I can eventually turn around and win. So AJ, you have 4? You have 4 calls now, I believe. Hopefully those calls do print today. He's on the expirations today. That's risky. But if you do like 6 months out, maybe it's a better environment for GameStop.
Hey, Tim, I did have a question. Somebody saying that a whole bunch of USDC was minted, and is that supposed to be bullish?
Well, that USDC could be for shorting or longing. Basically, what they're doing, they're just turning dollars into USDC. But they could be getting ready to cover. I don't know who's buying the USDC or what they're going to be using it for.
Well, it says 250 million.
Oh, that's not really a lot.
No.
No. I mean, it changes. Well, you need more than that on like a red candle on Bitcoin to cover some trades. People could just using it for stablecoin as well, sending money back and forth. Right now, crypto is dipping a little bit though, and as crypto is dipping, it is making Bitcoin dip a little bit too. We're still above $22 for GameStop today. Look back over here. Let's look at a Bitcoin chart real quick. Oh, Bitcoin's already dropping quite fast as well. It did go up a little bit from green blocks, about 0.4, 0.47%, which is a decent move for Bitcoin. That was a okay enough move to get the RSI into overbought territory. Now it's back into oversold territory. The sell pressure, like the last 5-minute candle was only 364 Bitcoin. The candle before that was 495 Bitcoin. So none of these candles even over 1,000 Bitcoin. Typically over 1,000 Bitcoin are going to be those volume candles. This chart does show like when the Ethereum dropped, that was over 43,000 ETH. Someone dumped it down quite hard. ETH was bleeding down when they had that drop. So we are oversold again in the 5 minutes. Draw another green block down here. Let's see if we can get up another 0.2 to 0.4% move on Bitcoin. If that happens, these altcoins may follow, and then GameStop may also get a little bit of uptrend. And it's very funny. The market's reacted to the GameStop Bitcoin news, but they didn't even buy any Bitcoin yet, and they still sitting on a pile of cash, which is which is something that they could use to do a share buyback at last minute if they wanted to as well. Which is wild. So let me you guys. So Bitcoin definitely outperformed XRP over here, and BNB. Litecoin is going to have a conference right across from Bitcoin conference in May, the very end of May. Just let you guys know, it was like $84 in Las Vegas, very cheap. And yep, I think we're going to get a little bit of uptrend. So I'll draw those green dots live for you guys to see as well. Just some of the indicators I'm looking at shows that it could be like short-term reversing. You could get that 0.5%, possibly even 0.5% from this move. From this dip down, 0.5% would be about 84,782. So I'll draw that line on the chart. It could be about $84,700 range. I'll have that line on chart, and then we'll go back over here to GameStop. Because if GameStop starts illogically following Bitcoin here, even though they don't have Bitcoin yet, their cash is still cash, then GameStop will probably push up a little bit too. What's UFD about? UFD is unicorn fart dust. Unicorn fart dust. So if you want to look at UFD over here, I'll do a big pull that real quick. You look at the daily chart for UFD. This is what the daily chart of UFD looks like. We just hit a big local daily bottom on UFD. This is unicorn fart dust with a target up here to 14 cents on that big daily double bottom. And all we have to do, if we hit there, then it would be pretty big. It would be a pretty big move, I will say. Unicorn fart dust was made by a YouTuber. It's like a meme coin. And I think it has room. I think it has potential. I'm going to make this chart real quick, the double bottom on the daily. Ron's Basement, he was a gold and silver YouTuber, made this chart.
He's on X as well, right?
Yes. So from this double bottom target, it's going to be like 14.65. I think it'd be huge. If we go to 14.65 for UFD, it'd be huge. It's just one of those cryptocurrencies I went long on. I happy with the position. I got the max number of contracts that you can buy. So just waiting on that UFD to print as well. I've already traded it one time. I already made over $25,000 from UFD. Just from a buy that I did, shared in the Discord, and I shared my take profit in Discord on that UFD. And when I first bought UFD, I got a little bit of criticism. But it's part of the game. Let me look real quick.
I know that fart dust coin, it has a big following of people.
Yep. So